This is 9 News with Mark Ferguson.
An explosive start. Sydney's fireworks spectacular welcomes in 2009.
We have no words for that. That's unbelievable.
Following our lead, one big party as the new year arrives around the globe. Bangkok tragedy, dozens killed as a packed nightclub is destroyed by fire. And the gamble pays off. An Aussie daredevil jumps into stunt bike history in Las Vegas.
He did it!
Good evening and Happy New Year. It's that night of the year when Sydney rules the world with fireworks that are the pinnacle of New Year celebrations. There are plenty of headaches as well, not just the hangovers, but the arrests, the transport nightmares and the rubbish. It's a price we seemed happy to pay, though, for cheering the moment when we welcomed 2009.
4, 3, 2, 1.
And with that, 2008 was a memory. No one does New Year quite like Sydney. This is the show more than 1 million people packed Sydney Harbour to see. They'd waited so patiently. Many of the official sites near the Harbour Bridge were full by early afternoon. Some in the crowd were full by nightfall. It was an unhappy New Year for a few. The drunks were meant to stay away from George Street, but it didn't quite go to plan. Police say there were 74 arrests.
We did have some incidents. We made a number of arrests and charged a number of people with numerous offences. However, overall, I think it was a really successful operation.
Maybe that's because most people were busy looking skyward. There were 2 fireworks shows, the family display at 9 o'clock.
I was there, a little bit scared.
The bridge symbol was revealed, a star, but it changed during the night to represent creation.
It was looking at all the elements from fire, earth, wind, those sorts of elements, but also the things that rejuvenate.
A parade of light on the harbour, then at midnight, a show promising to rival all before it.
It was the first light of the new year and it truly was a spectacular show. More than 100,000 firecrackers off 7 barges and millions of people with memories to cherish.
We have no words for that. That's unbelievable.
One more tradition to farewell the old year. Another shooting star, Paris Hilton, welcomed the new year in Sydney at an exclusive party in King's Cross. If the fireworks were impressive, the logistics of getting more than 1 million people home were truly breathtaking. 400,000 people used the trains last night. Record crowds triggered crushes at Wynyard and Town Hall. Some people didn't bother going home. By the time the haze of January 1 was lifting for the hardcore revellers at Bondi, cleaners were facing their biggest job of each year.
About 80% of that waste will be recycled, and we've got the city sparkling again.
60 tonnes of rubbish carried away like the old year itself. John Kerrison, 9 News.
Now time to meet little Mafua Memphis. He's the first baby born in New South Wales this year, arriving at 4 minutes past midnight. His parents were at a New Year's dress-up party when Mafua decided it was time. They couldn't make it to Westmead Hospital as planned, instead pulling up at the closest hospital, Campbelltown.
I've got a new family to myself. It's a pretty good start to the new year.
Mum and baby are doing very well. After Sydney set the standard, the fun and fireworks blazed their way through time zones around the world. All the great cities painted the midnight sky with a mix of sparkle and symbolism. This was London, and the city's giant Ferris wheel was the main launch pad for its fireworks show beside the River Thames. In Paris, the Eiffel Tower was again the centrepiece as French clocks struck 12. One moment the tower was shimmering, the next it transformed into a spectacular blue beacon. To Moscow, and St Basil's Cathedral had Russia's pride of place for their midnight show. In Germany, it was Berlin's Brandenburg Gate. Around 2 million Brazilians reach for the beach. Copacabana, the place to be, as the sky filled with fireworks and music. And in New York, the famous crystal ball dropped in Times Square, one of the last great cities to welcome 2009, a year when so many hope that change is coming to America.
New York.